I'll stop here. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, could I see that vase in the window, please?
Oh, yes, of course, sir. There we are. Lovely, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Actually, it's one of a pair. Would you care to see the other one, sir?
Yes, I would, if you don't mind.
Oh, I'll just listen. Whoops. Yeah. There we are. When I say they're a pair, I don't mean to imply they're a matched pair. Similar.
Yes, I see. How much?
This one?
No, just this one.
300, sir.
Fine. If you'll wrap it up, I'll take it with me.
Oh, yes, of course, sir. I'll just get a piece of paper.
I don't know if that's the right place for it, but I'll try it here for a bit anyway.
Well, that's a good idea.
I wonder what you're up to. Presents, a trip. What should I pack?
Clothes?
Will it be hot or will it be cold?
Well, that depends on the weather, doesn't it?
I appreciate that this trip is shrouded in secrecy, but couldn't you just drop a hint? A very small one.
Bit of everything, not much. Be prepared.
I suppose I should be grateful for this holiday.
It's a business trip.
And you never mix business with pleasure.
Well, I thought it was about time I changed some of my ideas. Don't you want to go?
Yes, I do. Very much. Too much.
Well, I'll send the car back for you. Pick you up at 1:30.
But then...
Meet you at the terminal. Don't be late.
Well, I'll be ready. If only I could work out what I was going to pack.
We answered that last week. Don't they read their mail? Monday. Monday. That's Mr. Henderson. Bring the others with you to the airport. I'll dictate the answers on the way.
All right.
You've got the travel schedule?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Good. 3 tickets.
Yes.
Mrs. Wilder and myself. Who's the third for? Well?
It's for Laura Chalice.
Laura Chalice? Well, good morning.
You say that as if it were just about time to go to lunch.
Not quite. Sit down.
It's one of those mornings.
I don't mean to spring things on you suddenly, but I must know what goes on at that meeting in Brussels.
What meeting in Brussels?
I thought I mentioned it.
Not to me.
It's been kept very quiet. Wilder may explain on the plane what it's all about. On the other hand, he may not. He's got an appointment in Brussels tomorrow morning with Pierre Dagenet.
Dagenet's nothing to do with the VTOL. He's an old friend of Wilder's.
He's an old enemy of mine,
I believe they like playing poker together.
probably with my money. Dagenet is the greatest fixer in Europe.
But he's commercial aviation, not military. And a charming man.
Exactly. All those common market contacts. He has great political influence. I don't like the idea of him and Wilder meeting secretly. You've nothing on tomorrow, have you?
Well, as a matter of fact, I can change my plans. What time do we leave in the morning?
3:30 this afternoon.
But there's no time to... 3:30.
I'm sure Wilder's up to something.
I don't suppose you have any idea what it is, have you?
Would I send you to find out if I already know?
Yes.
Taking my wife. I'm a master of industry, not of tact.
Yes, sir.
Who ordered the third ticket anyway?
I did.
What?
Well, Sir Gordon, Mr. Wilder.
Now, what has he got to do with it? The old goat didn't even know that it was planned.
No, except that... Well, I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid it is my fault. I didn't realize the trip was a secret, and I must have said something. Sir Gordon asked me to book the extra seat. He gave me the impression that you knew all about it. Oh, I really am very sorry.
So, he thinks he can get away with a dirty little trick like that, hmm? Making a fool of my secretary. Making a fool of me. Landing me with that Matahari of his. Well, two can play at that game. Get Mr. Gordon on the phone, will you?
He booked under a pseudonym. He's even taking his wife as a blind. Oh, he's definitely up to something.
He's taking Pamela.
Yes, clever ruse. That almost fooled me.
Do I have to go?
We aren't afraid of wives, are you? Yeah, just a moment. Yes, I'm afraid you must go.
Hello, Sir Gordon. Wonderful morning, isn't it? I was just ringing to say how glad I am that Miss Chalice can come with me to Brussels. You're sure you can spare her? Good. Well, there's quite a lot of business to be done in Brussels, and she'll be most helpful. Oh, she was going anyway, was she? Oh, I see. Well, I'll see that she has time off to do your chores as well. Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, he's up to something.
Miss Lingard,
Yes, Mr. Walden?
get me Mrs. Wilder on the phone, will you?
Yes, John. Oh, yes, of course I understand. It's not convenient. Oh, no, I've plenty of things to do. I've so much to do, I hardly know where to begin. It was really very difficult to fit you in, you and Brussels. And what are you up to now? Do I care? Oh, yes. I care.
I bought a vase here the other day.
Oh, yes, of course, sir, I remember.
Yes, it was one of a pair.
Not a matched pair, sir.
No, but I'd like the other one.
Oh, yes, of course, sir. To take with you?
No, to be delivered to this address with this note today by special messenger.
Oh, I'll give it my personal attention, sir.
Thank you. Now, how much is that?
300, sir.
No, 10%.
270, sir.
Sorry I'm late. I thought you were taking your wife.
No man in his right mind would take two women on a business trip.
Didn't know it was a business trip.
It must be. You're here.
You're very talkative.
Hmm?
Am I allowed to ask where we're going?
Well, didn't Sir Eminence Grise tell you? No, rather thoughtless of him. As a matter of fact, I've got a new, all-British secret weapon. I'm going to destroy the mannequin piece.
He did say something about Brussels.
Yes, that statue's a disgrace, and it has been this many years. But British morals will triumph in the end.
Where are we going?
Hmm?
Where are we going?
Well, I haven't made up my mind yet. We could tread a primrose path or two. Actually, I have never been to Lourdes. I could think of lots of places you could go to.
Your appointment in Brussels tomorrow is 10 a.m., 27 Rue Gorbet, second floor. The subject?
The lady's a walking encyclopedia. Isn't it extraordinary, the landscapes you get in the clouds? I particularly like those that boil up.
Cumulus. Or was he one of the founders of Rome? Or was it Brussels?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain McGregor speaking. We are going to make an unscheduled landing in about 2 minutes. Would you kindly fasten your seatbelts and refrain from smoking? Oh, the pleasure's mine.
Your safety belt, sir.
Yes. Have we lost 2 engines or only 1?
I believe the trouble is minor, sir.
Oh, where are we landing?
Ostend, I think.
Do you think you can put this down in Ostend?
Well, I hope so, if we can get through the fog.
Cheerful child.
Right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
We're glad here for the night, yes?
Thank you very much. How long are we going to be?
We are very sorry, sir.
Look, I'm not interested in a weather report or an apologia or a statistical review of the state of the aircraft industry. What I want to know is, can we take off tonight or not?
Depends.
Is the plane all right?
If the plane is fixed, it will be all right.
Yes, I'm quite aware of that, but tonight.
Then there is the fog. So, even if the plane were fixed, which it isn't, then there is the fog.
You mean we can't take off tonight?
I did not say that, monsieur.
The man is an idiot. Come on, we'll drive to Brussels.
Is this fog?
Come on.
I think it was very mean of him to make you pay so much extra insurance. Car hire firms have no imagination. Or too much. What I really like about travel is the way it broadens our horizon. Very pretty country. You don't happen to know what country it is, do you?
Look, you don't happen to know what time it is, do you?
Only 9 o'clock. 2 miles in 3 hours. It's pretty good going.
I'm not lost. I just don't happen to know where I am. If we could find Bruges, perhaps we could get on the motorway to Brussels.
Perhaps.
I'm sorry, I'm very sorry about that. No, listen, Maman. Est-ce que la route pour Bruges?
Non, inutile d'insister, parce que vous dites...
Bruges!
Absolument pas ce que vous dites.
Pour Bruges?
Ah, c'est la Belgique, pas l'Angleterre.
Ah, quel nid stupide!
Pardonnez-moi, monsieur, nous désirions prendre la route pour Bruges.
Ah, Bruges. Mais oui, mademoiselle, vous êtes assez loin. Et excusez-moi, à cette vitesse, enfin... En fait pas, vous êtes sur le bon chemin.
Oui.
Alors écoutez,
Ah,
écoutez
oui,
bien.
oui.
Là, dans ce sens, sous un pont, appelez un cimetière, mais ne vous gênez pas. Quand on est toujours à la pente, il y a une pente un peu plus haut, mais enfin, ça fait rien.
Merci, merci.
Il y a une église. À l'église,
Merci,
tournez à gauche.
merci,
À
d'accord,
droite,
merci,
et encore à gauche.
merci, d'accord. What time is it now?
11:30.
We ought to have found Bruges by now.
I have the feeling we're going round in circles.
Well, that's a peculiar sensation induced by the fog. You hungry?
Stop thinking about it.
No, we don't seem to be getting anywhere.
How can you tell?
There's a signpost over there. I'll see where we are. We've got the maps.
Minek az egyiknek törölkező kell, a másiknak egy pohár víz, harmadiknak... Igen? Monsieur.
Peut-être vous parlez l'anglais.
Yes, sir.
Ah, good. Well, I want a room. Rooms.
I'm very sorry, sir. We are fully booked.
I would like 2 rooms.
I'm sorry, sir, but you see, several planes have been stranded. The fog. To say nothing those traveling by road. I'm afraid every room is gone.
Well, I don't like small rooms. Or rooms on the north side. I like rooms with a view. And, of course, with a separate bath.
I think... perhaps I can help you.
Yes, I had a feeling you might.
Monsieur Gerard was expected, but, you know, in this fog...
No, he won't be able to get here, no.
It's taking a chance.
Well, let's take it, shall we?
You can have his room.
I want 2 rooms.
He always takes a suite.
Ah.
If you'll sign the register, sir, and for Madame...
Mademoiselle will sign
Of
first.
course. Numero 10.
Yes, I'm starving too, but the restaurant's quite close. I should cover up. It's rather cold out.
Good-looking chap, that, eh?
By the way, is your restaurant still open?
I'm sorry, mademoiselle. Our kitchen is closed.
Oh.
But you're around in a corner, you'll find an excellent little restaurant, Chez Bichet.
Really? Are they
Yes.
open now?
Oh, yes, certainly.
Oh, marvelous. Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Hello. I want to put a call through to Brussels, to Mr. Pierre Dagenet. D. Dagenet. Brussels 611937. Yes, of course I wish to speak to him personally.
Bonsoir, monsieur, madame.
Bonsoir.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening, sir, madame.
We should like dinner.
Yes, certainly, this way. Madame?
Thank you.
And now, monsieur, something to drink first?
Yes, whiskey.
Whiskey, sir?
You don't approve?
Oh, well, sir, whiskey's a bit dreary. I mean, you won't enjoy your wine, will you? Wouldn't you like an aperitif?
I see there's a touch of tyranny around tonight. All right, then, an aperitif. And what shall we eat? Are you going to decide that for us, too?
Well, sir, perhaps that would be better. Let's see, would you like some soup? Minestrone, perhaps? And a sole? Steak tartare, perhaps?
You're English, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Francis, sir.
It's a bit odd to find an Englishman here in Ostend in a...
Oh, I don't know, sir. Makes a change, doesn't it? And I find the Continentals very simpatica.
Well, I'm glad we found somewhere open.
Oh, well, it's warm and it's quiet.
Alphonse, encore deux pour le dîner!
Or relatively quiet.
Thank you.
Madame.
There you go. To Brussels.
No, to us.
Why did he send you?
Sir Gordon didn't send me to Ostend. He'd be horrified.
Oh, I don't know.
I see we have company. Your friend,
And his personal assistant.
or his chairman's.
Soup.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Would you like to order?
No, I wouldn't actually. I came in to admire the view.
I see. Well,
Pizza?
pizza. For two?
For two.
I see. Something to drink?
Stella Artois.
It does taste better that way.
Yes, of course. You know, the man who invented table manners took half the fun out of eating. Have you ever tried eating a chicken? You know, just by hands. It's the only way to do it. You take hold of a leg and you give it a great big tug.
Primitive, eh?
Well, I suppose I am. I've never succumbed to the doctrine of progress.
A point that has been noted about you in the past.
Well, progress is very useful, and a lot of men accept a little of it in the certainty that they'll get some return instead of reaching and gambling for a great deal that's unsure. So you can spoon a little bit of progress into them like gruel, and they feel very good. What is it somebody said? A genteel sufficiency.
And love.
What?
A genteel sufficiency and love. Browning said it, I think.
Oh, maybe. Though you ought to beware of romantic twaddle. First, it's survival, then goods and comfort. Then, what after that? I used to think it was power. Where does love come in that list?
It's missing.
I used to think that when one had power, that would be sufficient. You would just pull the strings and everybody would dance. But they don't, do they? Well, not everyone.
No.
Possibly it's not what you're doing, but how you're doing it. That might be the answer to the whole thing. Am I boring you?
No. You're confusing me, but I'm not bored.
Maybe this is the answer, eh, Francis?
Come again, sir?
Well, in vino veritas.
Oh, well, that's not been my experience, sir. With the possible exception of my uncle. But then he was a very peculiar man. He used to drink metal polish.
Well, we'll have the Chablis, I think, with the sole and the Pommard later.
Well, sir, if I might suggest?
Certainly.
Well, sir, the Pommarde's a little... But the Chambertin.
It's shockingly overpriced.
Oh, well, sir, you always get what you pay for, I say.
The Chambertin it is.
No more.
May I ask you something?
Certainly.
What are you up to in Brussels?
I see. The direct approach, honest and above board. Very interesting, but it won't work. You know how Mata Hari got her information?
I can't dance.
Now, there was a woman.
Who was, as I recall, shocked.
If you want to know about Brussels, start by getting me drunk.
That's a good idea.
I become very taciturn when I'm drunk.
Oh, then it's not such a good idea.
Well, then, flatter me.
Who could flatter John Wilder?
Don't you want to try? You know, I might even spill the whole story. Do you know why I'm really here? I'm only telling this because of your brown eyes. I'm really here to try and sell the Vitol to the Russians.
I suspected as much. He's talking. Where's the booze? Where are my veils?
How many veils? You know, I'm not given to long speeches.
So,
Smells delicious.
You know, I especially asked Miss Clark to send you, don't you?
Yes, I know. Wasn't it kind of you?
Well, next time it'll be Rome, I think. Better than here.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Well, it's a start.
Have you made a lot of money?
Of course not. What do you think I am, unpatriotic? It's a terrible question to ask a successful businessman. Money, eh? Well, I suppose I have a lot. Look at all the goods and chattels I possess.
You're more dangerous than I thought.
I suppose money does enter into it. That's one of the mistakes we're making. You know, a great deal of human progress can be equated with simple greed.
The Americans call it incentive.
Incentive, yeah. Yes, you know, American English has a certain sort of bite and snap about it, doesn't it? But if you're looking for motives, as I suspect you are, it's not money. I have the genteel sufficiency. It's the race that I like.
And yet, you're getting tired of running.
Do I look tired?
No. But 5 years ago, you'd have been in Brussels now, even if you'd had to walk.
Not if I had a beautiful woman with me. Not 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or even 20.
There's another sign. You're beginning to ask yourself questions. How serious was that illness?
You that are asking the questions. What illness?
I heard you'd been sick.
The whole world is sick.
I've seen it before. Begins with the reflexes, doesn't it?
No, I've no idea.
You can no longer anticipate the ring of a telephone, for example. The call comes as a shock rather than a confirmation.
Possibly. I know what you mean. We've all seen it. The man doesn't sleep so well, or not at all.
Yes. How do you sleep?
Very well. I once did suffer from some insomnia, but it's not the curse that most people think it is. You know, those can be hours when your mind is so clear that you could almost dive into it. But before you dive, you see yourself mirrored, all your fantasies revealed. You know, a man in that position might see exactly what he's up to and how futile it is. That the race is run for its own sake, that there are no rewards.
Oh, that's not true.
Memento mori.
All right, we die. We're born, we live, we die. But it's the living that counts.
No, life is not a reward. Life is a fact, a process. It can also be an art, if you start practicing it early enough.
How's the soul?
Whose?
Superb.
An excellent choice.
Garçon. It could be, I'm not making any promises, mind you, but it could be I'll ask Miss Clark to let you come over as my full-time secretary. How would you like that?
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yes, well, I'm sure that we can...
Excuse me.
So many questions, and so few answers.
You know, when Gertrude Stein was dying, she said, "What is the answer?" And when nobody replied, she said, "Well then, what is the question?"
Do you know what I think?
Unfortunately, no.
I didn't think anything was to happen at that meeting in Brussels.
Well, that's an angle.
You're suspected of all sorts of cleverness, deviousness, complicated finagling. But I don't think that's the key at all. Never occurred to me before.
So much for your spying.
Observation.
Call it what you like.
All these months, my eavesdropping's been as effective as if I were deaf.
That's the journalist in you.
Humala. That should have tipped me off. You needn't have come at all.
Look, I'll outline to you some Machiavellian principles which make business possible and progress inevitable. The thing that people never expect a man to be anymore is himself. See, I see an apple. I pick it off a tree, off a table, whatever. Or at least, I used to. See, when the object of the exercise is clear, when you know where you're going, it's simple. The thing that trips you up is vanity.
And you have...
Yes,
well,
I have my fair share. Of course I do. What do you think I am? A machine. See, trouble with taking the simple course is that it's perfectly obvious to everybody what it is, except to those who are fools. Fortunately, for the simple man, there's a lot of fools in the world.
Oh, it's a very dangerous assumption.
Now, it's no fun without the gamble. Sir Gordon understood that, else he wouldn't have sent you on this wild goose chase.
You don't look like a wild goose to me.
No, I'm a simple goose. As I was saying, I think it's the gamble that makes it interesting. Not like your Corbetts.
He doesn't gamble.
He plays to win, though.
Yes. Well, he might.
If you're a simple man like me, instead of taking the apple straight away, sometimes it's far better to order a whole basket of fruit. You display it prominently. Then you offer to one person a pineapple, to another an orange, to a third a pomegranate. Then, ultimately, you take the apple yourself, as if as an afterthought.
Someone else might take it first.
Someone. You mean like Corbett?
On one of the sleepless nights.
The way to conquer the world, and this is the most profound point, is to laugh at it, always remembering that while you're laughing at it, you're also laughing at yourself.
Perhaps you underestimate the world.
Do you think so? You know, the only minister that I ever had any respect for was a cynical old curate who always said, I always look at my congregation first, then I preach to them.
I wonder if you really are up to something, Mr. Gordon puts it.
Not sure, huh? You're eating your pineapple again, or is it pomegranate?
Steak tartare. The problem isn't at all what you're up to, but who you are.
That's too close. I can feel the knife scraping the bone.
Key to all the problems. I can't help you.
Bad as that, is it? Can't, won't. Oh, it's not important.
Could be.
When the tiger roars, and the natives no longer tremble in their little grass huts because of his fangs, what he first does is try roaring louder. But that's no good, because it only makes the natives more bold and tires him out. If he's wise, he conserves his energy for that last big battle which he knows is sure to come. And in that moment of relaxation, oddly enough, he finds a corner of his jungle that he's overlooked. A pleasant, secluded place where he can walk in the sun and feel secure.
Pamela was to have come with you on this trip. It really was a personal trip.
Yes, in a way.
But you left her behind.
Yes, when I knew that you were coming.
Why did you leave her behind?
So that I'd have somebody to go home to.
De Cointreau.
Did I order Cointreau?
Well, no, sir, but you should have.
Oh, I see. But I certainly do want cream in my coffee.
Well, I suppose the customer's always right.
Thank you, and I'll have the bill, please, Francis.
Yes, sir, at once.
Do you know, in the ordinary course of events, I should have wished that we'd made it to Brussels, then I could have confounded you.
Not by meeting Pierre Dagenais.
Why did you bother to come? Your information is so good, it hardly seems necessary.
Orders. Anyway, it's a long way to go to play poker.
You can't be sure it was just to play poker.
Well, Sir Gordon can't. So I go tooting round the continent. Or not tooting, as it turned out. I have a confession to make.
Hmm?
I didn't want to come.
I have a confession to make.
You didn't want me to come.
Oh, it's very rude of you to take a confession right out of a man's mouth.
Your bill, sir.
Thank you, Francis.
I have another confession to make.
Hmm?
I'm glad I came.
So am I. I don't know that we shall ever make it to Brussels.
Right. Good night. Oh, thank you, sir. I'll get your change right away.
You. Shall we go?
I'm ready.
Did you enjoy the meal?
Excellent meal. Mm-hmm. Especially for this hour of night. And then it's full.
I'll just wait and get the change. Oh, the trouble with British industry is it is far too fat.
I know a lot of bankers who wouldn't agree with you.
Or they're like the man who said the more money I paid the mourners to look sad, the more cheerful they looked. It's all right.
John? John?
I should like to put the call through to London, please.
Yes, sir.
To Mrs. Wilder.
Certainly.
I've written the phone number on that card.
Right. Certainly, sir.
Thank you. I shall be in the dining room.
I'll call you, sir.
Sorry, Pierre, that was a duty call.
I always enjoy Ostend in the early morning. About the only time, I'm afraid, though. Now, John, this villa on Cap d'Aille is a different story. Although I must say, you do surprise me.
Why surprise you?
Well, let me say hope, and hope that you manage to enjoy it as much as I have, and as often.
And these, the extensions, they're all right.
Absolutely.
Well, the only thing that's left is the price. Well, I'm not going to argue with you. I'll offer you 10,000 francs below your asking price.
John, there's not another villa, even there, to compare with this one, and you know it.
Nor another one so expensive. Well?
So, good. My aide will send you new copies.
Put that away as furtively as you can.
Good morning.
Good morning. You know Pierre Lagenet?
Yes, of course.
Of course, we're old friends. What a pity I have to run, huh?
What a coincidence meeting you in Ostend.
Oh, I just had to come down to meet my uncle. I really must rush, John. Laura, I'll look you up next time I'm in London, yes?
Do.
Au revoir. John?
Pierre, you won't forget about the modifications, will you?
Not to worry, John. Laura, au revoir.
Well. Did you sleep well, Uncle?
Oh, the rolls are particularly good this morning.
I began to wonder if you'd slipped off to Brussels on your own.
And leave you here stranded, really?
Obviously it wasn't necessary, was it?
They are ready with your call to London.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Excuse me.
When do we go back?
When you've finished your breakfast. There's no rush. all that ridiculous customs nonsense.
How are you, Laura? Do you enjoy the trip? I don't really like business trips. Pity. Neither do I.
We may as well get along. Yes, I think we'd better.
No idea what they said to one another.
None.
I thought when he phoned last night he wouldn't make it.
So did I.
I told you he was up to something.
You're seldom wrong about things like that.
But what?
You do have to admire him, don't you?
No, I don't.
He's got us all guessing now.
I take it you enjoyed yourself.
Yes. I had a good time.
I wonder what he's thinking.
I expect he's wondering what you're thinking about.
Well, I hope he's not a mind reader.
He's got his mind reader with him.
She's very clever for a woman.
She is. I expect he's also wondering what I'm wondering.
And what's that?
If you had a good time.
I did what I set out to do. By the way, we now own a villa in the south of France.